Today we're here to commemorate the 50th anniversary of the federal Title IX legislation. Jody, would you like to join us? You're going to take photos. All right, very good. This legislation provided a wide range of protections, including educational equity, sexual harassment, and notably made major strides in increasing participation by women in athletics. By prohibiting sex discrimination in colleges and schools, Title IX required those schools to invest in women's athletic programs. And since 1972, we've made great strides in bridging the gaps. In 1972, fewer than 30,000 women participated in college sports. In 2010, 2011, that number exceeded 190,000. In 1972, about 300,000 high school girls played sports. Today, more than 3 million participate. In 1972, women received only 2% of college athletic budgets, and athletic scholarships for women were non-existent. In 2010, women received 48% of the total athletic scholarship dollars at Division I schools. Now, for a before and after perspective, I want to share a quote from Nancy Cole, a retired New York high school physical education teacher, about what playing sports was like for her growing up before Title IX. It wasn't even playing sports, she said. You maybe practiced twice a week for maybe half an hour, then you played 3 games during the whole season. At the end, you went to what was called a play day. There were, let's say, 6 softball teams there. You'd play 3 innings against one team, then 3 innings against another team. Then when it was over, you'd have milk and cookies with all the other teams. That sounds like a gym class or something. It's not an athletic program. Sorry, that's not fair to the gym class. That doesn't sound like a serious effort. But while national sports opportunities in high school have grown exponentially, the gender gap persists. Even though more women athletes participate in college sports, 90% of colleges still don't provide athletic opportunities to female athletes proportional to their enrollment. With these concerns in mind, I was so pleased to work with my colleagues to request our Office of Legislative Oversight this year to conduct a study on gender equity in youth sports. And that study shared the continuing discrepancies in our county with athletics, particularly a really vexing challenge, which is that girls drop off in their sports participation as they enter their teenage years. And we see real enthusiasm in the younger ages, but then a declining level of participation. And we need to turn that around. And that is why, one of the reasons why Council President Gabe Albornoz and I, joined by all of our council colleagues, led the effort to bring youth sports to a new level at the Department of Recreation. We provided $100,000 this year to kickstart our spring sports campaigns and teams and leagues with our very popular Soccer for Change program. And we added $250,000 for the Recreation Department to establish teams and leagues and sports that are really popular with girls, like volleyball and lacrosse and softball, tennis and golf. So I want to recognize and highlight those efforts and the efforts by all of our county partners. We're joined today by MCPS, Jeff Sullivan, who's the athletic director, and Rita Boulay from Blair High School. She's the athletic. Where's Rita? There you are. Nice to see you again. And we have Montgomery College, we have Tarlo Gask and Kristen Rowe, and we have our Department of Rec team, Adrian, and many of your colleagues whom you'll introduce, and many others from, we have the Commission of Women, the Office of Human Rights, and the Montgomery County Sports Hall of Fame. So to share some reflections on this important day, I'm going to ask Amanda Tweley, who is the athletics specialist at John F. Kennedy High School, speaking on behalf of all of us. And she's chair of the commission, the Women in Sports Committee for MCPS Athletics. And we'll start with Amanda. Amanda. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Amanda Tweley. I am the athletic specialist at John F. Kennedy High School. I am honored to be here today to speak. MCPS Athletics is committed to promoting equity and access across the program, consistent with our RAISE core values. I am the committee lead for the MCPS Athletics Women in Sports Committee. Our charge has been to promote and highlight the efforts and leadership of women within our program. Our committee has led the charge of MCPS celebrating the 50th anniversary of Title IX. This has included the posting of banners in our stadiums and gymnasiums, highlighting of trailblazers, and a month-long social media celebration of Title IX. MCPS Athletics has added a compliance specialist in the Central Athletics Unit to monitor and enhance efforts around equity, while working collaboratively with the district's Title IX coordinator in office. We are committed to providing and ensuring a positive, safe experience for all student athletes, regardless of race, religion, culture, or gender identity. In addition to promoting opportunities for women, MCPS is committed to supporting and engaging with our LGBTQ+ community. MCPS has celebrated the hiring of women into key positions, including 2 central athletic specialists, 2 central administrative assistants, and women coaching of boys teams, including recently a head JV football coach and head varsity boys basketball coach. These are just a few of the strides MCPS is taking to stay at the forefront to ensure an equitable experience for all. We appreciate the efforts of the County Council and our partner agencies like Montgomery Parks and the Department of Recreation to champion equity and access across Montgomery County. As we celebrate Pride Month and the 50th anniversary of Title IX, we stand committed to ensuring the best possible experience for our student athletes, coaches, officials, spectators, and our community. Thank you.
Thank you, Amanda. And now I'm going to turn it to Mylin Lopez. And before I do, I just want to give a special shout out to all the dads out there who are fighting for their daughters. You know, I hear from you a lot, and you're making a big difference. So nice job. All right, Mylin Lopez. All right.
Buenos días a todos. Mi nombre es Maylin López y estoy muy emocionada de estar aquí ahora.
Good morning to everyone. My name is Maylin Lopez, and I'm really proud of being here today.
Quiero compartirles lo que ha sido ser parte de Soccer for Change.
I want to share with you guys what has been for me and for my teammates be part of Soccer for Change program.
Para mí, Soccer for Change significa familia, trabajo en equipo, disciplina y responsabilidad.
For me, Soccer for Change means family, teamwork, discipline, and responsibility.
Tuve la oportunidad de ser capitana 4 años y ha sido una experiencia inolvidable.
I have the opportunity of being my Soccer for Change team captain for 4 years in high school, and it has been something that I will never forget.
A pesar de los obstáculos, mi equipo y yo aprendimos a no rendirnos y seguir demostrando lo que somos capaces.
Even with all the obstacles that we face, my team and myself learned how to never give up and continue giving the best.
Gracias a Soccer for Change, conocí a muchas personas y también estoy agradecida por eso, porque compartimos una pasión que es el fútbol.
Thanks for Soccer for Change. I have met a lot of different people and people that we actually share a passion that is soccer.
Great. So as we strengthen our programs for women's sports, we're creating more opportunities for families to be together and for mental health and well-being and for athletic scholarships and for kids to learn life lessons and have, you know, stories that they'll carry with them for the rest of their lives. And those are things that we want everyone to be able to share in and participate in. And so I'm really pleased to be here. I'm going to read the proclamation. Before I do, Adrian, I'd like you to introduce your team, please, because you've brought many of your team members with you today.
Excellent. Thank you very much. First, really quickly, I'd like to say thank you so much for everything you've done to support women's athletics, and I'd like to thank the entire council as well. So we have Carlos Castro, who's with us today, and he's an instrumental leader in our Soccer for Change program, which he added that middle school component with the support you provided, and it filled within a week. So thank you. We have Sharon Norcio, who's a supervisor with the Recreation Department, who oversees right now she oversees our classes in our sports program. We have Amanda DeFilippo, who is a key leader and manager overseeing our sports and classes team. We have Miranda Williams, who's the manager who oversees our youth development program. We have Trish Walsh, who is instrumental in for her time to shine as getting young ladies out and introduced to sports. And we have Christy Tippett, who is instrumental in her time to shine and our classes team as well. So thank you for that opportunity.
Thank you so much. And Jeff, could you just introduce your team?
Absolutely, and thank you again for including us as part of this proclamation. We have our Women in Sports Committee chaired by Miss Amanda Tweley, who you already met. We also have Miss Rita Boulay, the athletic specialist at Montgomery Blair, Miss Jody Tyler, the athletic specialist at Northwest High School, Miss Lisa Magnus, the athletic specialist at Watkins Mill, Miss Kathy Green, who is the athletic specialist, system-wide athletic specialist in our central office with us today. So thank you again. Oh, and Heather Pesic, I'm sorry, the athletic specialist at Paint Branch High School and also my mentor. I started my career coaching under Heather. So thank you.
Thank you, Jeff. And Tarlo, could you just introduce your team?
Good afternoon, thank you, or good morning. Thank you for inviting us. I'm Tarlo Gascoigne, Athletic Director at Montgomery College. And this is Kristen Rowe. Give you a title.
I'm the Title IX Coordinator at Montgomery College.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you. All right. Well, thank you. Now I'll just read the proclamation briefly and we'll be on our way. Whereas Title IX of the Education Amendments of 1972 prohibits sex-based discrimination in all areas of education, protecting students and staff in any educational institution or activity that receives federal funds. And before its enactment, many women and girls faced discrimination and limited opportunities in athletics, academics, and extracurricular activities. And whereas the educational equity guaranteed in Title IX does not solely apply to women, it protects everyone from sex-based discrimination, regardless of real or perceived sex, gender identity, or gender expression. And whereas Title IX, which governs educational equity generally, is widely known for ensuring equal access to women and girl athletes, and the benefits of sports participation is associated with improved physical and mental health, social and emotional development, and educational and workforce outcomes. And whereas, as of 2019, the girls' high school athletics national participation rate is greater than 10 times what it was when Title IX passed, from 300,000 to 3 million, an increase of more than 1,000%. And whereas Montgomery County values the importance of gender equity in athletics, promoting participation opportunities for all, and whereas Montgomery County is home to many prominent professionals and Olympic female athletes in sports ranging from swimming and tennis to gymnastics and ice hockey, and whereas while Montgomery County has made great strides in advancing gender equity in sports, we need to continue to strengthening our efforts toward attaining a goal of equal participation. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the County Council today commemorates the 50th anniversary of Title IX of the Education Amendments of 1972, at recognizing the county's movement toward creating equality and fair treatment of all students and working together to achieve the goals set by Title IX of increased opportunities for girls and women in academics, sports, and other educational activities, signed today by Council President Gabe Albornoz and myself. Thank you so much. One more introduction, you'll please share. Thank you.
Oh, I'm Donna Rojas. I'm the chair of the Montgomery County Commission for Women. I'm here with our executive director, Jody Finkelstein.
Thank you. All right.